Hello everyone, and welcome to the Windrose 0.55 tutorial video. Yeah, this game's still in beta, and honestly it's probably got a while before it becomes a full and proper game. But I figured it'd be a good time to release a tutorial video that sort of explained the rules for anyone curious. If you want to see the proper rule set, you can download it over on the Patreon, patreon.com/WindroseEverlasting. It is all free. Same thing as this video. So, what do you need to play Windrose? You need a D20 and 3 colored D6s, ideally colored red, blue, and yellow. This is because every character in Windrose has 3 attributes representing what they are good at, or what is the core to their being. You get to name them yourself. You get to determine what shape they take, because it's your character after all. They're each associated with a color, red, blue, or yellow, and each is associated with a red, blue, and yellow D6. Now, whenever you want to perform an action, you roll a d20. This is called a roll to do. It could be anything from lifting a log to firing a bow. It's meant to impact the world around you. Now, whenever you want to perform an action and one of your attributes is relevant to that action, you get to roll a d20 and your colored attribute die. So, say for example you wanted to fire that bow, and your red stat is archery. You get to roll a d20 and add that red d6 to the total, making it a better result. Also important to note for later, when you add that extra d6, you are temporarily dyed the same color as it. So your action in this instance is considered a red action. That'll come up later. Now for everything else, such as like ambient effects in the world, people taking a swing at you, you just trying to withstand a tough moment, you perform a different roll. This is called a roll to die. You roll all of your attribute dice together, so those 3 colored d6s. The Game Master generally will tell you when to roll this. You don't need to worry about it. Just worry about your rolls to do. Now the fun thing about a roll to die is whether you succeed or fail at it, you get to take one of those colored attribute die, and you get to hold on to it. You get to keep whatever number was on that dice, and set it as a special value called your swing. You are considered to be the same color as this attribute dice, at least for the moment. So if you have set a blue dice aside for your swing, you are temporarily blue as well. You are dyed blue. And you can use that number on the die in a variety of different scenarios that'll grant you a lot of advantages. You sort of grow from bad things happening to you. So, for example, if you have one of those swings set aside, and you're asked to roll to die again, you can use the value from your swing instead of re-rolling the attribute dice that it's assigned to. Or if you want to roll to do, you can use the color on that die in place of rolling that attribute d6 to get a higher result. However, there is one warning with that. You'll lose your swing if you want to use a different attribute than the one your swing belongs to. So, say your red stat is bows or archery and your blue stat is reading. If you try to fire a bow with your reading stat, it won't work, you'll lose your swing, and then you'll default back to that normal d20. And finally, why do these colors matter? Well, it's because if 2 characters currently have matching colors, they clash. What this means is if you roll to do while blue and you target someone who is also blue, rather than you rolling to do and them rolling to die, you both would roll to do competitively against each other. And let's say you triggered this action, and you're the winner in this case. You would deal double damage on that action if it's an attack, and you would force the target out of their color, allowing them to reroll to a different color. Keeping track of what color you are currently dyed is very important because these clashes are so potent. These are the absolute basics of the system. There's a natural flow to them. You roll to do when you want to perform actions, roll to die when you want to respond to actions, set aside a swing from your roll to die, enhance your actions using that swing, become dyed in a color thanks to that swing, and when you encounter another character or obstacle of the same color, you clash, leading to phenomenal results. And this cycle repeats itself and repeats itself as you play the game. These are the absolute basics of Windrose. We discuss more in the document itself, such as health, death rules, resting, etc. But if you understand these, you more or less understand how to play the game. I couldn't have done this without Wandering Mask, who drew all these cute sprites you see on screen, as well as the little background border, or Monichi or Civ, who designed these characters, or Amy, whose character you're seeing on screen right now. And I have probably driven her up a wall, confusing the singular and plural of dice and die multiple times. So, thank you all so much for watching. Go check out the Patreon, and please check out Windrose Everlasting and Forgotten Indigo and 13th God, and honestly anything else that uses this system. Thank you all so much. Have a fantastic evening.